What is up, Algebra 2 students? This is lesson 27. Objective for today is how do you add rational expressions? And really, rational expressions are simply just fractions that have equations in the numerator and the denominator and the top and the bottom. So it kind of just goes back to our fractions, but now we're making it a little bit harder. So before we go on to ones with equations in them, let's just remember how to add fractions. So if we start off with this, 3 over 5 plus 2 plus 1/10, we're going to find the least common multiple, the smallest number, that 10, the denominator of this, which is 1, and 10 goes into, 5, 1, and 10 all go into. Well, 5 fits into 10, 1 fits into 10, and so does 10. So we're trying to change all of my denominators to be 10. To do that, I'm going to multiply this one by 2 over 2, this one by 10 over 10, and that one, really I don't have to do that at all, but I'm just multiplying by 1 over 1, which ends up with the same thing. So this ends up with 6 over 10 plus 20 over 10 plus 1 over 10. The denominators stay the same, and I add numerators. 20 plus 6 is 26, plus 1 more is 27. Then we can write that as a mixed number if we want, 2 and 7/10. Either one of those is the same. So we're going to do the same idea, but now with more complicated things. Alright, so this is practice A. So the first thing I want to do here is I want to find the least common multiple of all these denominators. So I'm going to go and write this 5 as having it being 5 over 1. Because remember, 5 divided by 1 is still 5. So this first one has a denominator of m plus 4. My second one has a denominator of 1. And my third one has a denominator of m squared. Now notice there's no parts in each of those that they have in common. So my least common multiple is just going to be if we multiply all three of those together. M plus 4. Now maybe put the m squared out front. M squared times m plus 4 times 1, which is just going to be the same thing. So this is what I want my denominator to be. So now I just have to make all of them do that. So what I'm going to do to get this first one to look like that, I already have the m plus 4, so I'm going to multiply by m squared over m squared. So I'm going to say m squared over m squared times this fraction, m plus 3 over m plus 4, plus, now since the denominator is 1, I'm going to have to multiply by all of that, m squared times m plus 4 over m squared times m plus 4 times 5 over 1 plus, for this last one, I already have the m squared, so that means I just need the m plus 4 over m plus 4 multiplied by 2 over m squared. As I simplify each term, I have 3 of them there, I should get something like this. Now, I'm going to go ahead and multiply in the numerators here. So it's going to be like m times each of those, m times each of those, and then there's 2 times those. So then my next line is going to be m cubed plus 3m squared over, and the denominator I'm just going to still leave in factored form, m squared times m plus 4 plus, it's going to give me 5m cubes plus 20m squareds over m squared times m plus 4 plus 2m's plus 8 over m squared times m plus 4. Now that I have my denominators all the exact same, now all I need to do is add the numerators. That's why I went ahead and distributed those numerators in. So I'm noticing I have some m cubed here and here. So I'm going to add those together. 5 of them plus 1 more is going to be 6. 6m cubed plus, I have some m squareds and some m squareds. So 3 of them plus 20 more of them is going to be 23 m squareds. Plus I have 2 m's plus 8. And my denominator is m squared times m plus 4. And that is my answer. Let's try another one. And this one's going to actually require us to do a little bit of factoring first. So let's see, because it's kind of hard to see what factors are in the denominator of this first one. So we're going to practice our skills that we practiced yesterday, and factor that. So this is going to be z plus 3 on the top. My denominator is going to be, well, I'm going to have a z and a z. And I'm going to have both positives, because that last one's positive. I need to find factors of 4 that add up to 5, which I think will be 4 and 1. And minusing 1 over z times z plus 4. Alright, now notice over here, to get this number, I need a z plus 4 and a z plus 1. To get this one, I need to have a z and a z plus 4. So my least common multiple is going to need to have a z plus 4 in it in order to get either one of them. To get the one on the left, I'm also going to need a z plus 1. And to get the one on the right, I'm also going to need a z. So notice it has all the pieces from here, a z and a z plus 4, and it's all the pieces from here, a z plus 4 and a z plus 1. So then to get both those denominators to be the same, I need to multiply this left one by simply z over z, right? Because the only thing it's missing is that z right there. I need to multiply this right one by z plus 1 over z plus 1. Multiplying all that in, my denominator is going to be z times z plus 4 times z plus 1 minus, same thing over here, z times z plus 4 times z plus 1. My numerator on the left is going to be z squared plus 3z. Then on the right I have z plus 1. Now combining numerators, my denominator is going to be the same. Z times z plus 4 times z plus 1. So I'm going to have z squared minus no z squared, so I'm going to have a z squared. Then I'm going to have 3z minus 1z. That's what babies wear. This is going to give me 2z. And then I have 0 minus 1, so it's going to give me minus 1. And this is my answer. Your homework is on page 125. You got 8 through 22 all, and then 5 more of your choice. Good luck!